see I just did it, and boom. What is up, everybody? So yeah, I know my voice is kind of deep. I mean, believe it or not, I didn't just wake up. I actually woke up like I woke up at like 12. I've been waking up kind of late. Yes, I consider 12 late. Well, surprisingly, I went to sleep because I usually go to sleep around like, see, I'm trying to like get my sleep schedule better, but I usually go to sleep around 12 o'clock and it bumped up a little bit to 1 o'clock. But then yesterday, I actually went to sleep at like 4:30, and that was like kind of insane. It was definitely worth it. It was definitely worth it. I was talking to my friends, and then we had like a pretty good conversation. And don't even worry about my hair. I know it's like, yeah, surprisingly, I woke up early today. I thought I was gonna wake up at like 3 o'clock or something like that. Well, it's 3 o'clock right now, but I woke up at 12:30, which I woke up earlier than yesterday. But it's a really nice day outside. It was kind of funny. They forced us to stay in, and once they forced us to stay in, we want to go outside. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, like, it's a beautiful day. Last video was kind of gloomy, y'all saw that, but now the light is shining pretty better. I want y'all to leave down in the comments, do y'all like when I'm in here better? Or do you like when I'm in my living room and sitting on the couch better? Like when I'm sitting right here. I'm just curious because, I mean, either way, I feel like I'm just going to keep on jumping around from here to here to here, from everywhere. But I just want to know what like view y'all like better. Because in here it's not an echo, but in my bathroom there's an echo. But I'm just going to be like completely like honest. Like I like this view better. Well, when the blinds are open and I have like all the light coming in and shining in and stuff. Because there isn't an echo in here, and there's white light coming from the sun and not yellow light, and it's echoey in there. And to be honest, I just don't like the bathroom, but it is more convenient. And I don't know, maybe it doesn't bother y'all as much. And I just want to know what y'all like. I'm gonna go in here, get my handy dandy chair. It seems like I see this every single video of me opening the blinds or the curtains or whatever you want to call them. Alright, so I went ahead and took this band off. And that's why I can see this thing is just getting like messed up big time. But this is a problem I think a lot of people probably want to avoid, but I would assume that is common for a lot of people who have dreadlocks, and this problem is thinning dreadlocks. Now, as y'all see, my dreadlocks are pretty skinny. They're pretty skinny. And I don't know if y'all know this or not, but the skinnier your dreadlocks are, obviously the more prone to thinning that your dreadlocks are going to be. And also the easier it's going to be for it to fall out. And one dreadlock that, this is kind of an update, but one dreadlock that I had, it was in the video where I said my dreadlock fell out, and that was a story time video. I ended up combining one of my dreadlocks that I said was thin at the root because I didn't want to risk another dread falling out. But I used to have it combined with this one, but surprisingly, I actually found out a way to separate them. But the way you want to fix thinning dreadlocks is, say you want this dreadlock to be combined. I'm actually going to like put this headband thing back on. So I'm just going to pop it on like this so y'all can see this better. And don't pay attention to my hairline. I know it's I'm working on it. It was this one that was actually the one that was thinning actually. See how skinny the root is? It's pretty skinny, as you can see. And I basically wanted to combine it with this dreadlock right here. Basically what you want to do is take a dreadlock, and you want to also make sure that they're right by each other, so you know they could combine easier, so you're not like taking one dreadlock from here and one dreadlock from up here. It just won't work that way. But anyways, you want to take the dreadlock that you want to put it into. You want to take the thicker dreadlock and go to the root and put your finger through the hole of the root. I'm gonna show this for y'all. Put your finger through the hole of the root. And you want to make sure it's even on both sides, like there's an even amount of hair like on this side of your finger, on this side of your finger, so you don't have like, because if there's uneven hair, if you don't put your finger directly through the middle, you could have more hair on one side than the other side, and that could just end up, you know, breaking off and, you know, falling out anyways as well. But we're going to take the dreadlock that's thinning and put it through that hole, which can be a little difficult if you don't have a tool, but well, it's not that difficult. You see, I just did it, and boom. Now you see these two are intertwined. And all I want to do from there is twist them up together, and then two strand twist them And you may run into this problem where, you know, some of your dreadlocks are shorter than your other dreadlocks. This is where my one dreadlock ends, this is where the other one ends. So I'm just gonna try to like twist it as much as possible. You can also put a rubber band at the tip, and you could let this lock up, or you could just let it unravel and be a Congo. I had this being a Congo for a while, but I didn't like Congos in the front of my face, so yeah, that's why I actually separated it, because I did just want it to be like one, you know, just another dreadlock. You can also crochet hook this in so it'll lock up faster and better, but I'm deciding not to do that because I'm just going to let this dreadlock, you know, be out for a while. I don't know if I actually want to keep it in or not, because I don't know if that dreadlock is really thinning. Maybe it's just like thin. If you don't know the difference between a thin dreadlock and a thinning dreadlock, a thin dreadlock is just a dreadlock that's, you know, super skinny. But a thinning dreadlock is where there's less hair at the root than there is in the rest of the hair. So like the root is super duper skinny. It's basically like a loss of hair at the root. It's almost like, you know how a lot of men have receding hairlines and stuff. It's almost like a balding dreadlock. Like you start losing hair at the root, there's less and less hair that's actually hanging on to the rest of the dreadlock. So yeah, if that happens to you, if you feel like that's happening to you, make sure you just combine them so you don't risk your hair falling out. This is, you know, a great way to fix it. And also another thing to like prevent from even getting to the stage in the first place is make sure that when you're starting your dreads, if you haven't started them already, make sure that you start them at all a pretty decent thickness. Which I'm not saying this isn't a decent thickness, but I mean, a lot of these are super skinny because I crochet hooked them really tight. So if I didn't crochet hook these would be like more puffy, but I just crochet hooked these like really, really tight. That's why they're so skinny. But you know, also don't get retwists too often, because I know a lot of times you can get retwists and you can put a lot of tension on your scalp, and then that could cause traction alopecia, which is a loss of hair, you know, basically choking the hair out of your hair cell or hair follicle or something like that, which will basically give you a thinning dreadlock because you're basically losing hair at the root. But anyways, that's all I really have to say for this video. If y'all like this video, please make sure I like it. And if you want to see more videos from me in the future, please make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so y'all never miss out on another video from me. And with that being said, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video.